Hello dear students, today we are going to start lesson number 7, articles. We have been doing these articles for quite a long time. Let's see again, maybe in a different way, the same thing we are going to talk about, but maybe in a different way. So we are going to see the articles, okay, which is of how many types? It is of just 2 types. Article is being divided into how many? Just 2. The first one is known as indefinite, the other one is known as definite article. But why do we call it? One is indefinite, the other one is definite. The examples also you can say a oblique n, and the other side only the. Why do we call it indefinite? It is because they do not point out any particular person or thing. Because when we talk about or when we use a oblique n, we do not really talk about any particular thing or person. Whereas on the other side, when we are talking about the definite article, of course, we do talk. We say, or this is used, the definite article, that the da is used because of what? Because it points some particular person or thing. So just remember, this is not particular, that means in general. To talk about something in general, we use a oblique n, and here when we talk about a particular thing, we use the. That's the difference. So just remember these things. So this is one of the vital things. There are not 3 articles, but this is of only 2, definite and indefinite. Now we will be talking about the usage. The usage of a, and the. These 3 things we'll talk about right now. So as I've already told you that we are going to talk about, let me write, you can also write this way only. A is used before. Otherwise, every time you have to write. So in order to avoid those things, we can simply write like this, then underline this. Instead of writing usage of a, we'll better write a is used before. So a is used before what? The first thing which we all of us know it is used before a consonant. Consonants. How many consonants are there? Do we know how many consonants are there, or what are they? Total number of consonants are just 21. Namely, those of you do not know, B, C, then D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So all these letters, which you can see, these are all what? These are all consonants. So before the words, now before the consonants, whichever consonant are there, before that what do we use? We use a before it. So any words that start with a consonant, we write what? A before it. Just like an example, bat. Very simple example, I am just giving you bat, bat. The bat, the first letter is bat of the word. First letter is what? First letter is B of this word bat. So we will write a before it. Next one will be cat. So here also we see what? C is a consonant. So before consonant, what do we write? We write a. So any words that start with a consonant, we write a before it. Just remember. I don't think you have any problem with this. Maybe with the short form also, just write M A. This is M. When we say MA, it is a different thing, not MA. We'll write BA. It's a short form. So before the word BA, also B. So we write here A before it. Will you remember? Suppose, okay, book, book, here also A. Maybe, okay, whatever, this is a pen. So before pen also we write A. So any words that starts with a consonant, we use A before it. So this is the first rule, okay, which you have already seen. Now we are going to talk about the different thing. The second rule of A, okay, where to use. So second is, let us write down also. I'm just going to write down so that you can also see. Like it says, such vowels, okay, such vowels that have the I hope, okay, you can all see it. Such vowels that have the sound of U. So such vowels, okay, there are such vowels, okay, some vowels are there which will have the sound of U. That means, okay, when you pronounce means when you say these words, it sounds like U. Certain words, okay, if there are any words which sounds like U, like this U, capital letter U, okay, which you have already seen, okay, if it sounds like an U, whether it starts with a vowel, okay, according to the rule, what do we know? Any words that start with a vowel letter, we write N before it. But what do I say here? I say totally different thing. So any words that have what? That have the vowel sound, okay, okay, if it is a vowels, even just because of its sounds, okay, it sounds like U, then you are going to place A before it. So just remember, such vowels that have the sounds of what? U. Certain words, if it is pronounced, if it sounds, okay, that particular word sounds like U, then you are going to place A before it. Suppose the uniform, okay, that you wear, uniform, here you see uniform, maybe we can write, what do we write? Unit, maybe unit, maybe we can write, okay, Europe, okay, maybe we can write university, okay, maybe we can write one more, that is useful. So what did I say? The rule, okay, which I have said, suppose you pronounce, maybe the first word, okay, this is what? Uniform. So when you pronounce, and that pronunciations, if it sounds like capital letter U, then what are you going to place? A before it, just like uniform, isn't it? This is uniform. We don't say aniform. Do we say aniform? We don't really say. We say uniform. Next one, unit. U. Here also U is coming in the beginning. Okay, it sounds like U. So A before it. Here Europe. Europe. Okay. Here also U. That sounds come. So we'll write A. University. When we pronounce the word university, it sounds like A. This U. University. So we will write A, and useful. Okay, useful also A. So certain words that I have written here, all these words sounds like U. Okay, and therefore I write A before it. Hope I have made it clear to you. In case of any doubt, you can ask me during the live class. So these are few examples, and one more we are going to talk about. That is, okay, you know, this is O, okay, O, when it sounds like what? W, okay, O when sounds like W, let me write a word for you, okay, like one, okay, one. For your, what to say, understanding, one more you must remember: war. War, okay, you can say war. So you and war. If these two pronunciations, okay, comes, or when you pronounce certain words, if it sounds like first one you and the second one, what did I say? War. This is not own, but we say one. One, okay, we say one. Some of you, okay, sometime you might be pronouncing these words like own, isn't it? We own the match, but is it, okay, this is not own, but we pronounce them one, okay, like as if we are saying O-N-E, one. Is it clear? So just keep in mind this. So what did I say? When it sounds like war, we write A before it, just like one. No, one. So we write here A before it. Okay, 1 rupee note, 1 rupee coin. Okay, if these kind of examples of if you come across, if these words are there, then certainly, okay, you have to write this. Okay, so I have talked to you two pronunciation, two different kinds of pronunciation. The first is you and the second one is wa. So if your pronunciations, if certain words pronounced like you and wa, definitely you have to place what? A before it. So this very thing you need to remember. Let us now talk about N. So N is used before a vowel. Before a vowel. What a vowel? How many types of vowels are there? There are 5, okay? Namely A, E, I, O, U. These are the 5 different vowels that we have. And according to the rule, okay, which we have, okay, learned earlier, that is any words that begin with these, okay, 5 vowels, then what do we place? We place N before it. Just like apple, okay. So it starts with the A and therefore we write N before it. Suppose, okay, another one, eagle. So here also N. Suppose we write ice cream, okay. Ice cream. So here also we place N. Suppose we write orange. So there also we write, okay, suppose orange. So N orange. Suppose we are writing, okay, umbrella. So we write N umbrella. This is the general rule, okay, that we have learned. Now we are going to learn different thing. So the first rule is known to you. The second one, let us talk about. Second one is this: a consonant. Okay, a consonant beginning with a vowel sound. A consonant beginning with a what? With a vowel sound. Just remember, a consonant, there is a consonant beginning with what kind of sound? Vowel sound. So it depends on the pronunciations as well. Okay. So we are going to see those words, okay, where it happens. Just like, okay, when we talk about like we say, you know, consonantal. These are all consonantal sounds. So we'll begin with the word, the short form, okay, M-A. Yeah, M-A. So what do we write here before this M? What are we going to write? M-A. Listen to the pronunciation. M-A, M. So when we write this letter M, no, it is a combination of two letters. E plus M is equal to, what do we write? M. Okay. So M. E is there, so we'll write here N. Is it understood? It depends on the pronunciation. Suppose we write MD. Here also the same, just because of the pronunciations, isn't it? MD. So this kind of pronunciations, okay, just Okay, keep in mind and see that okay, you don't make any such mistakes. Maybe when we read the book, that time also we'll come across okay, quite many. And just like it is given here in the book, okay, MBA. Here it is in the book, it is there MBA. So here also M, the first letter is M, so it starts with. Okay, the sound is what? A, M, MBA, E, M. So we'll write here an MBA, an MBA. Like the previous one, okay, where we are talking about one way, that you remember, one way, isn't it? So that here we cannot use, just like you say here one way, what do we place here before it? One way, one way. It is also what? It is the first letter of this word is vowel. According to the rule, what have we come to know? That before the vowel, okay, we write what? A. But in this case, it is wrong. Just because of what? Just because of the pronunciations. One. Okay. So we write A. Remember this thing. So this is the difference. Okay. And one more word is there, which remains always silent. When we talk about, okay, how long are you studying? Are you studying for 2 hours, 3 hours? When we write, okay, hours, this word, okay, H-O-U-R, how do we pronounce? Do we say hour? I've been studying for 2 hours. Do we say? Of course not. We don't pronounce the first letter. This H remains silent. We just say only hour. Have you understood? Though we write okay H-O-U-R, but we pronounce only O-U-R, hour. Like he is or she is an honest boy or a girl. So when we write okay honest, this is H-O-N-E-S-T is pronounced as what? Do we say honest? Not really. This remains silent and we say only honest. So these are few rules okay, which you need to keep in mind. Remember, okay, if you forget all these things, it is going to be a very tough. Okay. That means you will be making quite many mistakes. So to avoid all these mistakes I have discussed maybe as far as possible, okay, I have done with you. And we're going to talk about the now. So A and N is over. Now we will talk about the last. The is used before. Let's see what are those. Okay, there are quite many. In the book also we'll come across okay, quite many are there. From page number 44, if you look at your book, page number 44, the usage of the is given there. So many usage are there. Please try to read them. So except those rules, I will just try to tell you little more about it. So what are those extra points okay, that I'm going to discuss with you? But first let us okay, see from the book and then we'll come to the extra things. So it says, "Thy" is used before where? Before the names of rivers. Before, we don't need to repeat this, okay? Before, that is used before already is there. Before, what is that? Rivers. Before the rivers, maybe mountains. Okay. So mountains, like river's name, Ganga. Okay, the Ganga, maybe the river Nile. Okay, the mountains, any mountain's name. So before the names of what? Before the names of rivers and the mountains, we talk about okay when we talk about the geographical spots also. Geographical spots. That means what? Okay, geographical means the equator, then the Tropic of Cancer, and the third one is before famous building, a famous building, then sheets, okay. Then we use before, it says okay before planes, okay, before planes and the trains, let us write planes, then train also. So before the names of particular train, a particular building, ships, we use the. And we use okay the like the Taj Mahal, the Shatabdi, then Titanic, okay, all this. Then nationalities, before the nationalities, nationality means whether, okay, Indian, maybe Pakistani, maybe English, all these things, before nationalities. And we also used, okay, before regionalities. That means, okay, if you are from West Bengal, so you will be known as Bengalis, okay. Then, okay, if you are from Punjab, okay, you will be known as Punjabi, all these things. Okay, if you are from Assam, you will be known as Assamese. That is about the regionalities. And before ordinals, with ordinals also, ordinals. Ordinal means what? Like second, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, etc. So before that we also use. And then cardinal directions. Number fifth is cardinal directions. What are cardinal directions? Cardinal, okay, north, the north, okay, east, west, south, all that. So these are few points, okay, before which we use the first one is river, the mountains, geographical spots, famous buildings, ships, planes, the nationalities, then regionalities, then we have, okay, with ordinals, with cardinal directions. So this is we have in the book. And we will also talk about, okay, the is used before the superlative. Let us write here, it is used before superlatives. Okay, the superlative, maybe he is the best boy, okay, like that, okay, when we talk about, so it is being used before that. Please remember all these rules, okay, which is being discussed today. See all these things. In case of any difficulty, we'll be continuing in the next class. And one more thing, okay, which is very essential, we also need to know, okay, we have learned where to use all these articles, and at the same time we must also know where not to use the articles. And that point, okay, we will be discussing on the next class. Okay, so thank you very much.